Throw on to first, and one shortstop grounds out to the other, one away.
Batting number 34, designated hitter, David Ortiz.
One gone here in the Boston third. And here's the still dangerous left-handed bat of David Ortiz. Into the seats, 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Pulled toward right center field. Bourne has a read on it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are two away.
Well, they took him up the ladder right there with the fastball, and he actually did a pretty good job to get wood on it at all. But it's still an easy play out there in center field.
Hanley Ramirez will be the batter. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Into the windup and the pitch. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. Ground ball right side. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single. So a runner at first with two away. And standing in now, the versatile Pablo Sandoval. Off speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. 2 out with the man at first. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
And you wonder if he's feeling just a little bit distracted having that base stealer over there at first base. Sometimes just the threat of a...
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Red Sox leave one, but they're up 1-0. With Eric Karros and Steve Lyons, Matt Vasgersian with you as Freddie Freeman settles in to start out the inning for Atlanta. Back to work now is Price as he gets ahead to start the inning. It's strike 1. Over for a look now is Bradley, but this will find the seats. A foul ball. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
That's just good pitching there. They establish the off-speed pitch for strike 1 and come back with 2 heaters to sit him down.
Markakis.
Here's Nick Markakis now, the right fielder. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit. You think there was any intent there?
I don't think so. I mean, he's just trying to bury that two-seamer in on the hands. Got away from him just a little bit.
And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes, he did. It's ruled a strike. And, oh, look out. Up and in and nearly took his head off.
He did not like that one bit. You know, it's one thing to work in with the hard stuff, but don't do it around the dome.
Ranging back is Bradley. He makes the running play. 2 down.
Now batting.
I think he's got the right idea here because that big left field wall here is certainly within his range, but he just got under this one just a little bit, and he didn't have the power to get it to the wall.
Stepping in now, Adonis Garcia. And he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball. 1-0. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. Castillo is under it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Braves. They trail this one 1-0. Rusney Castillo is set to lead us off in the home half of the fourth inning.
Right fielder, Rusney Castillo.
Norris into the windup. Here comes the first pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike one. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. And they take him out of the zone here, and he obliges. Not the greatest of swings there for the first out.
Well, you know when you get 2 strikes on you, you go into that protection mode up there at the plate.
23.
Let's see where this pitch winds up. Oh, yeah, that thing's nowhere near the strike zone, and that's a good job of making a guy go fishing for something he didn't really want to hit.
Into the box now, Blake Swihart. And she'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike one. Don't know what he's waiting for there. It's 0-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. And he struck him out as well. So the bottom of the order providing little resistance here, and there are 2 away.
The left fielder, number 25.
Jackie Bradley Jr. stands in looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Hit on the ground to short. Ibar has it. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely.
And here's a situation where, heck, just make contact. Put the ball in play. You never know. Winds up beating this ball out.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Mookie Betts. He singled his last time up. Bradley runs. Pitch inside. The throw not in time as he steals second.
And with 2 outs, this was an excellent spot to try to take second base. The worst case scenario is if you get thrown out, you allow a good hitter to come back and lead off the next inning. Now you give that same good hitter an opportunity to drive you in with just a base hit.
Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
Hey, it's danger any way you look at it right here. You've got a base open, but you've got an even better hitter waiting on deck. So I don't think I'd be working around this guy. I'd be forced to go right after him.
3-0 now.
Yeah, it looked like he was well on his way to a quick inning, but now a hit and a 3-0 count have turned the tables on that idea.
Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike one. And that misses. Ball 4. 2 out. Dustin Pedroia gets a shot here with 2 on and 2 out here in the fourth.
And a big 2-out at-bat right here. You know, it's still early in this game, but you don't want to have to look back on this as a major missed opportunity later on.
On the ground up the middle. Ibar towards second. He's got it. And a gorgeous flip to second, and with that, the side is retired. Boston strands a couple, but they're on top 1-0. Leading off the inning, Nick Swisher, and they'll need him to get something going here.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
Price gets his sign. First pitch on the way. Lifted in the air to straightaway center. And that'll get down out there near the wall.
Well, neither offense has really made a huge impact so far, but finally maybe a little sign of life. He drives this ball for 2 bases, and even though they've had trouble scoring runs, they're not out of this thing by a long shot. A couple more of these could get him right back into it.
Tyler Flowers will get an opportunity now following the leadoff double.
And with his guys down by a run, at the very least, you need to try to shoot something to the right side. Hopefully get that runner over to third with 1 out.
Grounded to short. And reined in, 1 away.
Well, this is a perfect example why these guys are losing this game. You get the leadoff double. If this ground ball goes to the right side, it's a productive out, and you get the man to third. But he hits it to the left side. It's a complete waste of an at-bat.
Standing in now, Jace Peterson. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1.
This is a guy that's got to understand his abilities here. He's got the speed to beat out any ground ball, but he's taking...
Hold on now. That ball is down and could score a run. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only 1 away.
And you get the sense now that they're getting closer and closer to breaking through here. Well, that'll make it first and third now, and they've got a good chance here to break that string of zeros.
So striding in, Michael Bourne, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. Too high, 1-0. You got to say, for a strikeout pitcher, not too many strikeouts here so far.
And he's in a big need of one right here. It would definitely come in handy.
Inside corner, a ball and a strike. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does 2 things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out, or it will hold the runner on first so he doesn't steal it all.
Bradley is there. Let's see if they test it. And a relay to the plate. And he will be tagged out at the plate. So it remains a 1-run deficit here as the side is retired. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. We return to Fenway Park after this. Xander Bogaerts will step in to lead things off here for the Red Sox. Big Papi on deck to follow.
Xander Bogaerts.
Here's the first pitch to him. First pitch here misses wide, 1-0. The pitch count there, 1 pitch into his 5th inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
Now batting number 34, designated hitter, David Ortiz.
David Ortiz will dig in again. He popped up in his first plate appearance and flew out last time around.
Well, he's putting the ball in play, but clearly getting under it too much right now. It'd be nice for him to stay through one right here.
Here's a 2-seamer inside to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Swung on and hit deep to left center. But that'll hit off the wall in left center. And now they'll have runners at the corners to start off the inning.
And maybe this is one of the few drawbacks as a hitter of having that 37-foot wall out there in left. Any other park in the big leagues, this is a double. Here, it's fielded quickly out in left, and they hold him to just a loud single.
Hanley Ramirez steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. Looking to keep this a one-run game. This one's blooped out toward right center field. And no one can corral that one. Base hit. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. It's a 2-0 ball game.
This team's got plenty of guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark, but 3 straight singles will do the job as well.
Pablo Sandoval digs in now after lining out in his last try.
And Matt, you know what? It's always a little frustrating when you square one up, you hit a solid live drive somewhere, and all you get to show for it is a nice little jog right back to the dugout. That can get in your head a little bit after a while.
Outside with the fastball, that's 1-0.
Well, you know, 3 straight hits are bad enough, but now he's making things even worse by falling behind the next guy.
That evens it up 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
He's still got a couple pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. You got to take a step back, take a deep breath, and get back in the zone.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Lifted into the air to shallow center. Bourne comes on now, and he has it 1 down.
And this is all about taking charge out there. That's the center fielder's ball if he can get there. So he calls everybody off, and he makes the play easily.
From the stretch, Rusney Castillo is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
0-2, you got to shorten up. Find some way at least to put the ball in play. You can't afford a strikeout here with an important run out there at second base.
A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the 2nd out.
You want to talk about throwing a fastball in a guy's kitchen? He came in, sat down, had a cup of coffee with him. You aren't going to tie a guy up any better than that.
Into the box, Blake Swihart. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Bourne on the run. He makes the play. A great catch on the run to retire the side. So it's a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. 5 innings complete. It's the Red Sox 2 and the Braves nothing. Ender Inciarte will stand in to start things off as this top of the batting order hasn't found a whole lot of success so far.
In fact, just 1 hit between the 1, 2, 3 hitters combined. So apparently the table setters have not been getting their chores done.
Now here's a line drive, but it's going to go right into the glove of the shortstop Bogarts.
Well, this is one of those situations where his guys got him the lead early on, and he's been in complete control ever since. I mean, he's barely been threatened out there.
And now the Red Sox will get a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. That's yanked into the stands. Strike 1. To short, hit hard. Gloved by Bogarts. And the 6th inning is progressing quickly here. Now 2 away.
Now batting.
Only 3 strikeouts for him in the ball game, but when you've got that slow stuff, keeping guys off balance, you don't need to rely on strikeouts.
Breaks his bat as this one's popped up. And they will not get him at first as he's able to leg out the throw.
Boy, that's just one of those fluky plays right there. He gets a late break off the mound because he's concerned about the business end of that bat, and who wouldn't be? And they wind up not being able to get an out on that play.
Here's Nick Markakis now, the right fielder. Here's one hit softly down the line in left. Foul. No runs on 6 hits and no errors so far for Atlanta. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
Bat explodes as this has popped up.
Well, chalk another one up for that pitcher. He's used to breaking bats, and he'll give you a little stare down after doing something like that every once in a while.
Price pauses. Here it is on a ball and 2 strikes. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
You can see where they want to go to try and get him out. A lot of pitches in on the hands in this sequence. They don't want him to be able to extend.
Now Price misses here on 2-2, and he runs it full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A runner on first with 2 away. And a good at-bat that time as he lays off for ball 4. And as a result, that'll move a runner up into scoring position now with 2 away.
Oh, you know he wanted that one. Now the inning will continue, and a guy moves up into scoring position here.
Adonis Garcia will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
First offering on its way. Oh, and a hearty cut there to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Now, if you're Atlanta, you have got to come up with a key hit here. Well, that's been missing.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
Boy, he is just wearing guys out with that 2-seam fastball. I don't care if it's inside, outside. He's really hitting his spots well.
Hit sharply on the ground. There is Pedroia. Throw to first is going to be in time, and the Braves rally comes up short as that's out number 3. 2 left for Atlanta. They trail it here 2-0. Jackie Bradley Jr. will stand in as he'll lead things off for the Red Sox in their half of the 6th.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1. Chopped weakly to the left. And he's retired here, 1 away.
Well, he is definitely doing his part out there. You see his line so far. He's keeping his guys in the ball game. He's just not getting any help offensively.
Now in the box, Mookie Betts. He drew a walk his first time up. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Pretty well struck high and deep to left field. Ranging back is Inciarte. Gone! Over the monster for a home run. A solo shot here to left as the Red Sox have moved out 3-0.
And this is one of those guys that we consider to be part of that new breed of leadoff hitter. You know, it used to be that your leadoff guy was a guy that might hit 3 or 4 home runs a year. But nowadays, managers are realizing, hey, my leadoff guy is going to get more at-bats than anyone else in my lineup over the course of the season. So why not put a better hitter up there rather than just a punch-and-Judy guy? And that certainly worked out for him right here.
The second baseman, number 15.
Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. Now a fastball as he has to lean out of the way there.
You know, when you watch Pedroia play day in and day out, I always think about that memorable 2013 season. I mean, this is a guy who hurts his thumb on opening day, but he played 160 games that season, and he led the Sox to another World Series title.
Inciarte going back on it, but he can't make a play, and it's off the monster. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Boy, we just saw one ball leave the yard, and this was pretty nearly a second one. It's just another mistaken location. You can see the ball out over the middle of the plate, and one good swing deserves another. And I'll tell you, they were pretty fortunate that this one only resulted in 2 bases, because that could have very easily turned into back-to-back jacks.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. 1 out and a runner on second base. Hit out towards second. There's Peterson. Throw gets him, 2 down.
Well, at the very least, he does move that runner up to third base. But with 2 away now, I don't think that's exactly what he was hoping to accomplish. I think he wanted to drive him in.
David Ortiz digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat.
And they take another single right here, too, no doubt. Runner in scoring position, so any ball into the outfield probably gets him home.
And he lays off there, 1-0.
Yeah, he's still sticking with that fastball, but you start to get the sense that it's flattening out just a little bit. That could be a warning sign.
2 outs here with a runner at third. And a swing, and here's another big drive as this ball sent high and deep to left center field. And the long ball will burn him for the second time in the inning. Another home run. David Ortiz, a 2-run home run. As the Red Sox break on top now 5-0.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
Out of the Braves dugout is their manager, Freddie Gonzalez, on 5 2/3 innings of work on his final ledger, as he was not particularly sharp from the get-go here. Arodys Vizcaíno will be the new pitcher.
For the Braves, number 38, Arodys Vizcaíno.
Hanley Ramirez will be the first one to greet him, as he'll start fresh here with the bases empty following the home run. This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike 1. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. On the move is Bourne, and that ends the inning. So 2 home runs in the inning lead to 3 runs on the scoreboard. 7th inning coming up. It's the Red Sox 5 and the Braves nothing. Welcome back to Fenway Park here in the great city of Boston. Red Sox on top in this one as we get set for the 7th. But first, here's a look at our game summary to this point. Leading off the inning, Nick Swisher, and they'll need him to get something going here.
And so far in this one, they're still getting shut out. So this leadoff at-bat could be huge if he can just get on base, because they've been held in check all game.
First delivery to him on the way. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. And now Boston's bullpen springs into action. A left-hander and a right-hander begin to throw. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. And this will kick up against the wall near the Red Sox bullpen. And he'll get in there standing up with a leadoff double.
Now batting.
Right center field. This is a fastball, and he just slashes this thing the other way into the gap. No real chance for the outfielders to cut that one off, and he's going to wind up on second with a leadoff double.
Here now is the catcher, Tyler Flowers. As Price starts him with a strike, it's 0-1.
He's done a really good job of kind of getting ahead of hitters here by throwing first pitch.
And they tag him out, but this will work as a sort of a sacrifice as the runner moves up. Jace Peterson will stride in. He singled in his last plate appearance.
Peterson.
Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Castillo is there, and that should be deep enough to score the run. And the shutout will disappear on the sacrifice fly as they're finally on the board here in inning number 7.
Well, nobody's going to confuse this guy with Miguel Cabrera or Chris Davis, but with the runner on third, he doesn't have to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Just has to get one deep enough out there to deliver that run from third. That's nice going.
Michael Bourne stands into the box. He's 0 for 2 so far in this one. First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1.
Now after that sac fly, this is where you got to just clear the deck and start this inning over.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
And he'll just keep adding and subtracting speed on his pitches. That's how the good ones do it.
Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2. Swing and a shot back up the middle. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Yeah, trying to come inside with the fastball, but this doesn't get in as far as he probably would have liked. And this ball gets shot right back up the middle.
Here's Ender Inciarte as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. Now we'll step off and fire to the bag, and the runner back easily.
Just keeping an eye on him.
This one's flared toward left center. Bogarts onto the grass. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. The Red Sox lead it 5-1. Pablo Sandoval steps into the box as the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th.
Third baseman, Pablo Sandoval.
And a good pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
That thing's coming in there hot, 96 miles an hour.
The 0-2 home. And another foul ball. Here it comes on 0-2. can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. Here's the 0-2. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
And that's the right spot for that slider. Really try hard to tie him up inside. And that's a good job to lay off, too.
And from his perspective on the mound, I think that's exactly where he wanted to throw that pitch. You can see it's tailing down and out of the strike zone, but he just sticks his bat out there and winds up taking it the other way.
In now, Rusney Castillo, as he'll take a look at ball one. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Runners off for second. Pitch swung on and missed the throw. And he got him at second on a perfect throw. So this doesn't look good for now, as he's going to come out with what looks like an injury to his back. Could be a number of things, and we're hoping it's not something that keeps him out for an extended period. Chris Young will pinch hit here and finish the at-bat following the injury. One pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike two. And that swung on and missed as Young punches out, and that's out number two.
Well, you could see his mindset at the plate. He's thinking, I got to get out in front here, try to pull something. Didn't really get a good pitch to do that, though, so he's going to have to go grab a seat.
Stepping in now, Blake Swihart, as he'll swing and hit this one hard but foul off to the left and out of play. He's set. Here's the 0-1. A lot of movement that time. It's 0-2.
Boy, I'll tell you.
Got him looking, and that'll do it. The inning is over. Nothing doing for Boston. They're up 5-1. Chris Young will stick around as he'll take over in right field.
Now playing right field, number 30, Chris Young.
Eric Ibar comes to the plate, and he'll start us off in the eighth.
And so far in this ballgame, he hasn't even been on base yet, so we'll see if he can make an adjustment here.
First pitch of the at-bat. This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Lifted high in the air and deep out to left field. Bradley ranging back. Gone! A solo shot here to left, and it's now a 5-2 game.
Well, EK, as you know, the more at-bats you get against the same guy, the more you start to figure out his stuff. And once you see him for the third or fourth at-bat, you become a better hitter, because by then you pretty much know every pitch he's got. And I think this is a case where he kind of made an educated guess on what was coming, got it, and didn't miss it.
Here's the first baseman, Freddie Freeman. Oh, he looks like he's swinging a garden hose out there, as this is cut on and missed for strike one.
And these guys already have one home run here in the inning, and now you get to the real power guys here. So you need to be careful.
And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And boy, big problems here to start this at-bat. It's 0-2 now. Tried to work it back to that low inside corner, but it misses. 1-2.
Oh, look, if I'm calling the game, I would have gone right back outside and see if you could get him to go after another pitch out there.
Oh, and there's the good curveball as he's set down on strikes for the second time here tonight.
Right fielder, Nick.
One away for the Braves here in inning number 8. And standing in, the powerful right fielder, Nick Markakis. And a fastball there is inside as that one backed him up a bit. Lifted the other way out to left center. Betts calls off the left fielder as he takes charge for the second out.
Well, he's 0 for 3 now in the ball game, and I think I can tell you why. If you're not a power hitter, you need to hit down on the ball. Try and drive things. This guy doesn't have enough muscle to hit home runs consistently, so he's wind up as routine flyouts.
Adonis Garcia gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. First pitch coming. Here it is. Hit hard on the ground to second. Pedroia has it. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 1 in the inning, and it comes from a rather unlikely power source. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's the Red Sox 5 and the Braves 2. Jackie Bradley Jr. will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so with the same pitcher still out there. Seems he's earned himself another inning.
I think that's a definite vote of confidence, but he's done a nice job since coming in, so you might as well ride that hot hand.
Jim Johnson is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th.
Jim Johnson.
Jackie Bradley Jr. ready for another at-bat now. He's 2 for 3 so far.
Yeah, and you can bet he'd love.
First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
Boy, another pitch that he's right on at the plate. He hasn't been fooled by anything he's seen yet.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Up high, 2-1 now. Hit to short. There's Ibar. Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
Now batting, center fielder, Mookie Betts.
Digging in, Mookie Betts. He went deep in his first at-bat, and we'll see what he's got in store for us here.
Well, that was a fastball that he hit then, so we'll see if they go after him with hard stuff again.
Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway. And he gets him to lift one high in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Peterson is there for it. And that's the second out of the inning.
That's a disappointing final at bat there. You figure he probably won't get another shot at finishing off the cycle, but still a very good performance to say the least.
Ready now, Dustin Pedroia. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
Here comes the first pitch. Breaking ball for a strike, 0-1.
Not a bad idea to take a look at that one there. Now that you've seen the curveball, you can start to get a better gauge on it. Get a feel for what it looks like coming out of the pitcher's hand.
And a swing and a miss that time by Pedroia as he finds himself in an 0-2 hole now.
He might have thought he'd be getting another dose of that curveball because he was way behind that one.
We're in the 8th inning now of a 5-2 ball game. Grounded up the first baseline. Freeman is up with it, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. They're still out in front 5-2. Welcome back to Baseball on the Show from Beantown, Boston, Mass. We're set for the final innings of this one. Craig Kimbrell is on now to try to close things down here in the 9th.
46, Craig Kimbrough.
Nick Swisher will be charged with trying to start a rally in the ninth as they go to work against Kimbrough.
This just isn't any closer. This is one of the top closers in the game, so good luck.
And we kick off the ninth inning with a swinging strike here, 0-1.
And sometimes you got to cut down a little stride against a guy who's throwing this hard. Either you take that leg kick completely out of the equation, or you get it started just a little bit quicker.
And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Very difficult to get on top of a pitch when it's coming in that high.
Darn near impossible when it's coming at you in the high 90s. You just can't get your hands up there fast enough to stay on top.
Kimbrough pauses. 1-2 on its way. High in the air out to center field. Betts is under it. Makes the play, 1 away.
Well, this is what you want out of your closer. Comes in firing darts, and it's a very quick out number one.
Tyler Flowers will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs.
Yeah, and you just can't worry about the score right here. You just got to be able to string together a couple of base runners and take it one pitch at a time, one runner at a time.
And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in control, 0-2. Boy, no messing around here in this ninth inning.
And that's a closer's mentality. They're not usually the best at setting guys up. They're going to come right at you with their best pitch, and that's usually a fastball.
And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Flowers is retired, 2 down now.
Oh, this one could have been trouble. But that's a nice play behind the plate to clear himself of the runner and then make a good throw on to first base to get the put out.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Slow roller left side. Throw on to first, and the ball game is over.
Just some more great work here by Kimbrough as he comes out of the bullpen to fire a scoreless ninth inning and pick up the save. But his stuff is nasty.
So a good offensive showing for these guys, but if we had to pick one player that stood out, that's our man right there. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, no question he was a tough out up there. You see the 3 hits, including a home run. Without him in the lineup, I think this might have been a different story.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Caro, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Red Sox win it 5-2. Good night from Fenway.
The final line score for our ball game tonight for the victorious Boston Red Sox: 5 runs, 13 hits, no errors. They left 9 runners on base. For Atlanta, 2 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base. The winning pitcher is David Price. Credit the save to Craig Kimbrell. Loss goes to Bud Norris. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 4 minutes. A reminder that extra Green Line trains will be available at the Kenmore stop. Or if you plan to use the D branch, use the Fenway stop. Rail service is available at the Yawkey Station, located on Brookline Avenue, within walking distance of Fenway Park.